everybody, this your boy Mike from Trouble Down Productions and NerdFeed.com. In this episode, I'm going to be touching on the last episode of The Walking Dead, since I didn't do a review on it because it was Thanksgiving week and all that, had a lot going on. And then I'm also going to be touching base on what I think is going to happen in tomorrow night's mid-season finale. But first off, I want to make this really big announcement for Dead to Zombies. Now, I've been doing Q&As in my group for a while now with different walkers, but this is going to be probably by far the biggest one yet. I'm doing a Q&A with Anastasia Baranova from Z Nation. Now, if you don't know who that is, she's Addie. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, it's going to be wild. And what I'm going to do is on Twitter, we're going to be doing a live thing to where you tweet me your questions at Dead to Zombies. And when you tweet your questions, I'm going to be getting her to answer them on a live Skype call. So you're definitely going to want to be a part of that. So be sure to stay tuned for that on Monday. But as for right now, let's talk some Walking Dead. Now, as I predicted in my Glenn death prediction video, we got taken back right to that scene where he supposedly died. And, you know, all of us who know about the show, know how they write, been following it for years and a long time and everything. We knew that he wasn't dead just by the way that they were acting about it. He ends up wiggling himself up under the dumpster, and then we see Enid like throw him a bottle of water after the walkers all cleared out and everything. Like, he stayed up under there for a while. Boy looked rough. I think he even grew a mustache when he was under there. If you have not checked out my character prediction video for Enid, I'll go ahead and throw it up on mobile right there, and you can see what I said about her. But basically, in a nutshell, I thought that they was turning her into somewhat of a Sophia type character from the comics. And that's exactly what they're doing, because Gail Ann Hurd said that on The Talking Dead. She kind of hinted towards that, I think, that they were turning her into a Sophia type character. Now, that's going to be really awesome once her and Carl get the bond. Now, it's taken her a while to do that because she's been so detached from people for a long time. And, you know, she lost her parents and all that, seen her parents get AIDS. So, I mean, you know, that could take a toll on a kid. So, her and Glenn still haven't made it back to Alexandria, but I'm guessing they're going to make it back this episode. Now, the way they pull stuff out of the comics, man, just amazes me to see it on film, you know what I mean? I always love to see when they pull something straight from the comics. And what I'm talking about is that part where Spencer was shimmying up that line and, you know, fell into the walkers and they had to end up pulling him up. That was straight from the comics. And, you know, when I see stuff like that, you know, it just kind of makes me smile, because that's always cool when they do it, a direct adaptation of it. Now, Rick kind of made me mad in this episode like twice. I mean, I understand his views on things, but just, I guess the way he's going about it, man, is just, it really irked me. And this is the only episode I think that he has really gotten under my skin. You know, the way that they were talking to Morgan. And I feel like with Morgan that he needs to learn when it's okay to kill and when it's not. He just can't have this attitude about he can't kill all the time. Now, he made a very good point when they were all sitting around at the table that Rick didn't kill him. So, I mean, you know, and Morgan tried to kill him and clear. So he made a very good point, and then Rick and Michonne was both trying to tell him, you know, you got to kill. I think Michonne's more on the line of you got to know when to kill and when to not. And I think Rick's just kind of like, you got to kill him and it don't matter. You know what I mean? Because that's just Rick. But the way that Rick was coming at him kind of made me mad a little bit, because I feel like it's you know, if that's his morals, you know, either tell him to get with the program or kick him out. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and tell a man that you have to kill somebody. I mean, that's almost like a moral rape type deal. Ooh, did I just say that? But my point is, you just can't morally force someone to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to do it. So either get with the program or kick him out. On the flip side of that coin, Morgan didn't kill him. Three of them came after Rick. 4 of them, I think. So, yeah, I would probably be a little pissed off, too. We see him ripping Father Gabriel's little flyers he's putting up for the gathering or whatnot that he's trying to do. And then we see him yell at Tara. Now, I'm going to tell you what, Tara was my MVP for this episode for flipping Rick Grimes off. Not that I really care about the flyers or anything, or even Father Gabriel, but it's getting to that point where it's like, you know, it looks like he is trying to redeem himself. Now, I know once you cross Rick Grimes is like the hell with you, throw you to the walkers, you know what I mean? But we do see that he is at least trying to redeem himself. So for Rick to do that, that was kind of messed up. Now in the comics, Denise got with Heath for a little while, and they're obviously playing that really differently in the show. I guess they're playing it as her and Tara. Now I also made a character prediction video for Ron, and if you want to check that out, I'll throw that up there. But with Ron, I kind of think that, like, something about watching Ron gonna shoot somebody out. I think that whole thing with Ron is just, I mean, call me an asshole, but I think it was just kind of written sloppy, like really sloppy, because as a fan, as a viewer, you know, you could see right through Ron's bullshit. You know what I mean? It was just like I don't know if it's just the actor or if it was just written sloppy, honestly. But just the whole situation with that is just like, Rick, you know, by the boy's demeanor alone, you can tell that he's up to no good. And then when he talks, you know, it's just like, it's really full of shit then. And it's like, Rick, you know, I don't know if, you know, Rick's got a lot going on in his head. So he's probably just not catching it. At the end of the episode, we see the tower come down and the wall go down. Now, this whole episode that we're going to get tomorrow night, the whole episode is going to be No Way Out, straight from the comic series. And it's going to be awesome. There's going to be walkers everywhere. And I will say this. I did make a prediction a while back, and I did make a video for it too. But if they play it the same way that they play it in the comics, we're going to get a lot of deaths this episode. And when I say a lot of deaths, I mean like a lot of deaths that people don't want to get. Like, I don't want to go into spoiler territory for the show because none of this has been confirmed. But if they play it straight, this will be spoilers for comics. So you might want to fast forward a little bit if you don't want to hear it. But if they play it the same way the comics, Jesse's going to die. Ron's going to die. Sam's going to die. I think that there's going to be massive casualties. I think that we're going to be left with a pretty big cliffhanger. So just for y'all's information, just so y'all know, do not cut the episode off after the credits because there's going to be a little cutscene, kind of like what we seen when Morgan first appeared again. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Don't cut the episode off until you see it because there's going to be a name drop in that little scene. If you're in my Facebook group, Dead to Zombies, don't forget about my watching chat that I'm holding tomorrow night starting at 8:30 Eastern Time. That's for, you know, so none of the spoilers or anything from the show gets posted in the group so the people on the West Coast don't get spoiled. So I always try to do that for my members. That way, you know, I don't want nobody to be spoiled that don't want to be spoiled. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And don't forget, Monday night, I haven't gotten a time yet, but as soon as I get a time, I will let everybody know that I'm doing that Q&A with Anastasia. And that's going to be fun. I hope everybody tunes in to that. I love you guys. Dead to Zombies, nerdfeed.com. You guys rock.
Better run, here we come, it's the day of the dead.